Hey guys, so I'm just getting over here to my farm over here that family owns over here in Greene County, southern Wisconsin. Slipped out of here a couple weeks ago, threw a couple trail cameras up. I don't do a whole lot of preseason maintenance to this farm due to the fact that a lot of the farm is all crop other than the wooded sections. We've got more than a variety of food sources out here for our deer habitat that we've got going on out here. A lot of the food sources we have, especially this year, is actually alfalfa. We had beans and corn over the last, pretty much alternating over the last, I don't know how many years. We had a new farmer rent the crop portions of the fields out this year. We had really bad soil content, so what they decided to do is plant alfalfa instead of going back to corn like it should have been this year. So they planted alfalfa. We're gonna have alfalfa from the sounds of it, at least this year, for sure next year. We're not entirely sure about a third year or not. I already have a tree stand hung, so I'm not going to be doing a whole lot with that. My stand pretty much usually stays up year round. We don't have to worry about people coming out, bothering it, messing with it, that kind of deal. The only thing I am worried about is this year if I'm going to have to move my stand due to the fact of the tree slowly dying that I've got my stand in this year. But woods wise, our property is extremely thick, so we're usually pretty good about not having deer leave the property just due to the fact that it's got really dense and thick cover. A couple years ago we had a tornado come through. Let's see if I can try and flip the camera here. Couple years ago we had a really bad tornado come through, and actually right over here in this section, actually you can see that tree that's fallen down right there. That tree, along with a large group of other trees, went down, so it created a nice bedding area right along that section, along the edge of this corner, along the edge of that bean field. So it's worked out where we've got large amounts of bedding areas. But I mean, then again, like I said, our property is extremely thick out here when it comes to our habitat and everything else. But I'm gonna go swap out SD cards. I'll take you guys along with me. Just hang tight. Like I said, over down by these tree tops, I've got a camera just in off the bedding area. Sorry, trying to sneak in here quick, get in and get out. But I put a camera in off of a main trail that's coming in and out of the field, going back into this bedding area. Grab this card out here real quick. Hang tight with me, guys. This off. Back this card over. Set that card there. Set the card out. This card right here. part's all done, taken care of. We're gonna sneak back out of here quick. Go down to another camera I've got to set up on a scrape that was created last year during the rut, and it looks like they're still somewhat hitting that scrape as of this year still, or it's still frequent. It hasn't overgrown with weeds and everything else, kind of like the rest of everything around it has. I got a camera set up on that. I hit it with some pure whitetail bedding scent earlier this year when I first threw the cameras out. So where I'm hoping they're still kind of frequently hitting it, so that way it is there, ready to go once rut does kick in and bucks start moving quite a bit more. It's there and ready to go. It's really thick. There's a lot of cover through here. We've got what used to be old horse paths through here that over the years they cut down and mowed, so that way the owners of the farm could actually run their horses, walk their horses through it. But right here is what I mean by this scrape. Looks like they're still coming through. They're still visiting it, and it's right off this trail. So I put my camera up down over here. That way it's here and I can start monitoring it. I've got my stand about 30 yards up off of where this scrape is, right over in this area. I'm looking this year to hopefully maybe move up this way closer, somewhere up over in here, these cluster of trees, because I've got this main trail that comes down through here and a bunch that split off of this, where I think I'm going to try and get a stand in there this year and move. But the problem is the last couple bucks I've shot over the last couple years have all come from that stand and that location, and they come down out of a thicket. It's right down on the other side of this. There's a thicket right down through here that they use as bedding area too. So I'm hoping I can get maybe up this way a little more, like I said, and cover a little bit more ground and still be able to see the field. I do also have the option, I do hunt a hang-on stand as well, or a climber, where I can get into some of these different places if I want to just try things out and go that route. So there might be a little bit of tree hopping around the beginning of this year. I got to get in here and do some doe management yet this year too, so I'm hoping I can get in, get some of that done, and trying to thin out our doe herd just a little bit. This camera's back, set up, ready to go. Let's take out of here quick. Get out of here. I got one more camera I put up down over by where my dad hunts on the property. He's in the process of wanting to figure out if he wants to change locations of where his stand's going to be at this year or not. Like I said, that's pretty much almost every section of the woods that we have over here is all really dense, really thick woods, especially this early season. Come early November, once it starts getting cold and a lot of the stuff turns from green to brown, we lose a lot of that cover. But like I said, with that tornado coming down over here this year, or 2 years ago, still provides plenty of a cover, large enough of a cover for that bedding area. So sit tight, hang with me guys here. I'm gonna go slowly make the drive over to where the other camera's at. We'll grab that one and we'll get out of here. Did bring my laptop with, so I can check the pictures and whatnot, kind of go through some of that, see what I got going on some of these cameras, and we'll kind of quickly take a peek at some of them once I get this other card pulled out of here and go from there. Slowly come up on this field, because there's been a couple of times where I've come out early season. They are midgeling, wandering around out in the field down here, over here in this corner, and down over off this end in this corner too. There's this finger It runs right along through here. There's a little opening that cuts down through for farmers to get their tractors and stuff through down here. Well, there's this finger. We got a couple turkeys running around out there. But this finger is maybe 30 yards wide, and it runs from here over to the other field. And the deer actually have the tendency to like to be able to use that for cover when they're transitioning from this back field down over to this field. So I set my camera up off of the corner down here, straight down over there. I walk down over, grab that, swap cards out of that one. But they have the tendency to want to walk and cut through this finger over back and forth between the two fields, and they actually like to use this finger as cover, especially when they're especially finger. If they see something out here in this field that they don't like, they'll cut up past it and either come out on the opposite side over into that other field, or they'll cut out and come this way, come out into this field. Farmers just cut the alfalfa, I think last week is what I was told. There's a couple old buds I can still see right on some of this tree line through here, but a lot of these hanging branches and stuff they hit during rut create scrapes. I might have to get out here some with some more of that pure whitetail bedding scent. Create some mock scrapes and start getting inventory. See if anything slowly starts to hit them or not. Here's my last camera. I got my last camera set up off this, right out at this opening in this field. There's a trail that comes right along right in here that they use. And all this right back here, like I said, is all real thick, and they'll transition from here down over. You guys might be able to see if I zoom in. There's the field over on the other side. But they cut through that corner, pretty much cut these corners of this field, and come in and out of there, use it as cover, so that way they're not being exposed as much as possible. Let's get this card swapped out here quick. Get back up to the truck and we'll plug a couple of these cards in and see what's going on. I moved this camera last week just because of where I had it. It wasn't in all that great of a location, so I changed it to here, so we don't have a whole lot of pictures on this yet, but at least I can kind of get an inventory, see if anything has been coming out into this field in this corner or not. Got all my cameras, cards checked, pulled, and head back up to the truck, pull up my laptop, and we'll kind of quickly skim through some of these pictures, see what we got on some of them, and see if I got to do a little bit more scouting yet this year, and see if I got to move my cameras around a little bit more, see what I got to try and do to get on these guys. But I mean, like I said, this will be my 8th year or 8th season out here, or 8th year out here now. Well, actually I've been hunting out here since I got my license when I was a kid, but most of our deer they stick around to the same spots, they keep the same traffic. They usually tend not to change a whole lot. But like I said, with this year, we don't have corn out here this year, so that might be affecting them a little bit, where they might be traveling a little bit farther to hit those corn spots, and to hit the corn where years past they've only had to travel so far to get to crop that's been in our field and whatnot. But with it being alfalfa this year, might be a good change of pace. It might not. We won't know until it gets closer to season. Hey guys, I know Zach was talking about these SD card readers. These things are phenomenal. They've got everything, every type of connection you need. USB. I can take my phone out with me out in the woods when I go to climb up in the stand, throw it in my pocket. Virtually, you don't notice it, you don't feel it, you don't know that's there. Things are so nice to have. This is my dad's camera. I just pulled that one. He's got, actually, is this one? Apparently this one's set up as videos. This must not be, this one might be, nope, this is my mulch camera. This is one I got set up over that scrape. set that one down there. I'll have to pull those over to my phone to look at those when I get the chance. But try and do a screen recorder so you guys, some of you guys can see some of that. And see what we got for videos. Plug this one back in, pull this back up. So this one should be, yes, this one is a dad stand. I don't know what's going on here. Plug this back in, see what goes on here. Got a new laptop, so I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with this laptop and how exactly this thing works. Apparently the file was not found. I might have to check that one with my camera too. Apparently that one doesn't want to show up either. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on here with that. See if I can figure out how to use the screen record on my phone, so I'll have to use those ones, try and go through some of those on my phone. See if my first SD card works here or not. Try this one, see what happens with this one. Kind of just sitting up here over in a little finger woods that transitions between these fields and these wood lines. Just kind of sitting here watching the field that I'm going to try and hunt over this year. There we go. Pull some of these up and see what we got going on here. So this, like I said, this one's off the thicket. A bunch of these are just tree branches moving, wind moving. Let's see if we got anything on this one or not. Something right there that was interested in the camera. Not entirely sure what it was, but well, there's a doe. Doesn't surprise me with that bedding area being there. Try and come in and get, like I said, do some doe management this year. It's been a couple years since doe management's been done. It definitely needs to be done. I might have to move my camera here because a lot of these pictures being tripped are all by some type of tree branch moving or something, but it's just me coming in. Let me see if I can try and figure out how to use my screen record, and we'll check back in here in a minute. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me. It's my first time doing this, so a little interesting, a little different. I'll get this video edited out and hopefully get it up online in the internet for you guys to see later tonight. Thank you guys.